I don't know if many of you have heard about the new rules passed about alimony in Florida, but essentially, permanent alimony is done. Well, it's not essentially. Permanent alimony is actually done in the state of Florida. The longest that you could pay for alimony is 3 years, and that's only if the spouse needs it. Like these things are going to be taken into consideration in divorces in Florida. And I think what's rather telling is that Republican states are very, very copycatish. They tend to do what other Republican states do, which means that more Republican states could pass laws very, very similar to this one. And there's been a lot of outrage by women, especially those who are divorced or are currently in marriages, who are concerned about these laws being passed in their state or just them being passed, period. And that made me really take into consideration, well, then, why did they get married in the first place? Like, if being with your person for the rest of your life, through thick and thin, no matter what, was actually why you did this, then taking the monetary aspect out of it wouldn't change anything for you. Like, we don't need to ignore this. We need to look at this head on. Like, this is like the mask being revealed from a demon. Like, it's like if there was this little kid that you had been like, taking trick or treating, like, because their parents were like, hey, could you, take our kid out? We can't do it. And you're like, oh, yeah, sure. And then, you take the kid out, you're having a great time. And you get home and the kid takes off the mask and it's like, instead, an entirely different child. And you're like, what? Like, that's the kind of stuff that we're talking about right now. Like, this is absolutely insane. Like, you mean that they were actually just thinking about setting themselves up for the rest of their lives? Like, love isn't even involved. And then that kind of makes sense as to why hypergamy amongst women is so rampant nowadays. It's because they've been found out that they had never cared about love. Like they are just trying to get the cushiest lifestyle possible for the body that they have been given. And it's just wrong. And like I'm gonna put my foot down and say like I am out of dating until I see an obvious woman who thinks like a man. Like I'm sorry, it's gonna have to be that. Just if you think like a woman, I can't do it. I just can't do it.